So, all right. So, what are the reasons why people are leaving? I found a couple interesting articles why people have decided to leave Austin, and here's a list. Is a 14 list, 14 numbers here, 14 reasons. You tell me. The only constant is change. Not heard of anyone. I have not heard of anyone I know wanting to leave Texas due to political landscape. That is a great state to live in. Thank you. Boom. Just curious, because I'm hearing this a lot now. So I'm just curious. Dallas mayor just switched parties. Okay, that's interesting. And a bunch of tech moving to North Carolina as a new expansion zone. Yep. All right. So this is what they're saying. Because Austin's changing so much, several Austin residents commented that they moved to the city for its smaller size and vibrant art scene. As Austin grows in popularity, has become more expensive and more of a metropolitan. Money, right? Obviously, some newer transplants reject or regret moving because of how expensive everything in Austin is, noting that it is not much fun city when you can't afford to do anything. I would imagine that New York City would be even more expensive. Falling apart, one of the local noted that how often infrastructure is crumbling. I haven't seen anything really crumble, but okay. With seemingly no plan to replace it. They just did raise the budget $500 million. So they also cite poor public transportation, poorly funded social programs, and the threat of grid failures. I love that everybody's talking about grid failures. We just had the hottest summer, and I don't hear anybody complaining about brownouts. Oh, they didn't. So we just had the hottest summer. So everybody complaining about that as using it as a political tool. After visiting a friend in Los Angeles, one Austin local noted that their hometown's attitude. So the thing was here, not so friendly neighbors. Interesting. Hey, are you experiencing not so friendly neighbors? Drop a comment below. I want to hear that. After visiting a friend, they said that the attitude is becoming more SoCal like. They claim that people are not as friendly and down to earth. I don't know if that's still true. What do you think? Are people not as friendly and down to earth? Keep Austin weird. One poster lamented how quirky boutiques and local mom and pop shops are being run out of business by larger chains. They're being run out by taxes. They're not being run out by larger chains. They're being run out by taxes because for business owners, very expensive to run a business here. What do you think on that? Drop a comment below. Should I stay or should I go now? As Austin residents pointed out, how the cost of living has skyrocketed in a few years. Plain apartments with no upgrades have more than doubled. Aaron, what do you think about this? Have more than doubled their rent, and basic homes have ballooned to nearly 3 times their value. That's come down a little bit. This article was earlier this year. So that's come down a little bit. And we've talked about it on this channel that we've seen the rental rates come down as well. So single and ready to mingle. One commenter pointed out that Austin is a great town for single people with plenty of money. However, they say they're looking to start a family, should probably move elsewhere, citing a lack of reproductive rights and a lack of reproductive rights and expensive housing market and poor education system and labor laws. Okay. I find that interesting. Okay. Too hot to handle. Yeah, it's hot. It was the hottest summer on record here for sure. Unsavory food scene. I think a lot of people would start to disagree with this. We've had some really great people bring some really great foods in here. Aaron, what do you think? Is it getting better? Mark, is it getting better? What do you think? You moved to Austin for jobs, in my opinion, is what Aaron says, and not for the single life, right, Aaron? After moving to the city, one Austin transplant noticed the food scene has gone downhill. I don't know that that's true. Trendy restaurants change an arm and a leg for what, or charge an arm and a leg for what they claim is a lesser quality meal. I don't know. I just went to the Proper the other night. Proper is amazing. Getting around town. All right. Traffic sucks. We know that. Feeling trashy. Interesting. More than one local complained that out of control littering is around the city, and that has to do with our homeless issue, unhoused issue. How do you want to say that? Fixer upper. Several residents on both sides of the political spectrum commented that the state and city government's inability to solve almost any problem, from healthcare to water supply issues to crumbling infrastructure. Yeah, I'm curious what you agree. He says, I agree. Although the quality of life is great here in Georgetown. Georgetown is nice. Yep. I mean, Georgetown is nice. I don't disagree there. Okay. So I find a lot of these pretty almost comical for the most part. Because the reality is what city is run, both people on the spectrum said that. And I mean, I call this out on the channel all the time. I don't think the city's run very well personally, but I think it's interesting that they cited healthcare, water supply issues, and crumbling infrastructure. They're constantly doing road work out here. I don't know that that's necessarily crumbling. After moving from Seattle, one resident, okay, I can tell where this is going to go. The rat race. After moving from Seattle, one new resident's biggest complaint was the other drivers. They cited being stuck behind someone for 15 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. Yeah, traffic sucks. It sucks really bad. Unrealistic expectations. I think this is why everybody's answering these questions. If you notice on this channel, I've talked about all of these issues. The one person who's not been selling Austin and been honest with you, then I get called all these mean things on the internet because I'm the one actually giving you like real life, like what to expect. I've been giving you all these things so people don't make unrealistic expectations. But here we go. One poster nicely summed up the source of most people's regret over moving to Austin. Those who say they regret it are universally expecting Austin to be something other than Austin. In short, they suggest appreciating the uh, the forest for the trees, and don't try to compare the city to elsewhere. I think that's fair to say. 25 most expensive American cities, I think, is the next one. Okay. So I love this one too. So this is somebody who moved from Austin to New York, and they've been there 4 years. And a lot of the things that they're talking about comparing New York to Austin, they basically said that they miss Austin. And so I would imagine if you lived in Austin, moved to New York, I'm sure you loved it for a while and then probably aren't moving it or loving it as more. Drop some comments below. I want to hear if more people are loving or hating Austin. I want to hear from you. I could keep going on because there's so many new articles like this guy right here, Nomad Matt. He basically said, after 8 years in Austin, I'm leaving and heading back to New York full time. Okay. I would imagine if you lived in New York, I mean, it's totally different cities. A lot of what he said is that he didn't find the city downtown as vibrant as he thought it would. I mean, obviously, if you're comparing it to New York, it's not the same vibrancy. So I joined a social club downtown, and I go downtown all the time now. I really like downtown Austin now, but I also live out in Dripping Springs. So obviously for me, it's not somewhere I'm at every single day. Thanks for watching this short of the Real Amigos podcast. For more live streams, hit here. For more clips, hit here. We'll catch you on the next one.